Hide that guy. Hello, Highlanders. My name is Mrs. Like, and I am one of your school counselors. And over the next 30-ish or so minutes, you're going to be introduced to all of the Hazen counselors, and we're going to walk you through some resources that we want you to know about and just talk to you about what we're excited about for this school year. But before I move to the next slide, I just want to say, I don't know how you're feeling. Yesterday was a big day. Today is another big day at Hazen High School. However you're feeling right now in the moment, all your feelings are okay. My feelings are okay too. So I'm taking a deep breath. You're welcome to take a deep breath also. And let me introduce you to some very important people. Okay, so I want you to know who the counselors are at Hazen. So first off, again, my name is Mrs. Like. It doesn't look like, but it sounds like. We divide up the students here at Hazen by the first letter of your last name. So I primarily work with students whose last names begin with the letters A, B, C, D, E, and the letter Z. So those are the students I primarily work with. Next in line, we have Miss Denman. You're going to meet all of these counselors in just a few minutes. But Miss Denman joined Hazen High School this year. We're so excited that she's here with us. She is going to be working with students primarily with the last names F, G, H, I, J, K, and L. So F through L. If your last name begins with one of those letters, Miss Denman is your school counselor. All right, Mr. Creeley. Hey, Mr. Creeley, he works with students M through half of the R's. So M, N, O, P, Q, and the first half of the R's. So if you are RA through RI, Mr. Creeley is your school counselor. And then we have Miss Lally, who she works with the rest of the R's. So if your last name starts with RO through the letter Y. So ROSTUVW, X, and Y. Miss Lally is your school counselor, and we're just really excited to be here with you. Okay, how can I reach out to my counselor? So there are so many different ways you can access the counseling services here at Hazen, and we want to make sure that you know how to do that. So we're just going to list them out for you and give you some examples. So first of all, any student, you are welcome to drop by our offices before school, after school, during lunch, right? When you do that, you're going to be able to sign a little slip and tell us that you need to see us and what it's about. We're going to show you that in just a minute. And then we will call you out of class. We'll send a pass for you, and then you can come on down and meet with us. Generally, we'll see you within about 24 hours within one school day. All right. Another way that you can access the counseling center is to book an appointment online. So we're going to be showing you our Hazen website or our counseling website on the Hazen page pretty soon, but it's super easy. You can just hop on our webpage, book an appointment to see your counselor, and then we'll be able to call you out of class during the time that you booked it. You can also meet with us before school or after school. Hey, maybe you just have a brief question, so it doesn't necessarily require that we call you out of class. You can email us anytime. We'll show you where to find our email up on the web page, and just send us an email, and then we'll get back to you. We're really pretty quick with email, so that's a great way to access us if you need to. Finally, if you think you have a crisis situation going on, we want you to let your teacher know that you need to come see a school counselor as soon as possible. And then you can come on down to the counseling office, and somebody in the office will be able to help you out. But we think it's pretty important that we explain maybe what a crisis is and maybe what a crisis isn't. Okay, so we've got a few scenarios for you. So scenario number 1. Oh, I really want a different elective and I want to change my schedule. Not a crisis. Nope, not a crisis. Okay, scenario number 2. Uh-oh, a friend just texted me and I'm worried that they're thinking about suicide. Absolutely. We want to know about that as soon as possible so that we can help with that situation. Scenario number 3. I've heard about this program. It's called Running Start, and I'd really like to know more about it. It's not a crisis. Although we're really excited to tell you about so many opportunities at Hazen, you can shoot us an email, you can book an appointment online, but that wouldn't be a crisis to come out of class. Okay, final scenario is I'm feeling really overwhelmed with this school day. I might have a panic attack in a class, and I don't want that to happen. Yeah, come on down to the counseling office, the health room. Somebody there is going to help you get you to a place where you're going to feel safe. Okay? Hope that helped a little bit. Okay, where do you find the counselors? Let me tell you where to find the counselors. So we are in a long hallway somewhere between the main office and what most students notice as the attendance office. So if you're in that long hallway, you see the attendance office. We actually share the lobby with attendance, the health room, our nurse, and the counseling office. So you just come on into that lobby, and what you're going to find when you enter, you'll likely see this lady. Her name is Miss Courtney, and she helps out the school counselors. You can let her know that you need to see us, and you'll find out on the counter this yellow slip. Just a pile of them will be sitting up on the counter. You can fill one of these out, put your first name and your last name. Some students forget that part. Put your last name on it as well. Put your student ID. You're going to check which counselor is yours. And then you're going to tell us just briefly what it is you want to talk to us about. And usually I would say within one school day, 1 to 2 at the most, we're going to try and send a pass for you and talk to you about what you were wanting to see us about. Okay? Great. I'm going to bring in Miss Lally right now to take over.
Hello, Highlanders. I am Miss Lally. I am one of the school counselors here at Hazen. I am super excited to meet each and every one of you, whether you are someone I serve on my caseload of students with the last name R-O through Y or not. Please say hi to me if you see me. So, what do the counselors talk to students about? We talk about a lot. The items on this list are just a small snapshot of the things that students come to us about. As you can see, there are some things on here we really would want you to come talk to us about immediately if you are having suicidal thoughts, if you're thinking about self-harm, if you have friends who are experiencing these things. We'd really encourage you to reach out to us. However, you can see that there's many other things on this list that you might want to chat about with a counselor. That includes things like if you're just feeling stressed, if you want help finding a club, if you just feel like you need some coping skills throughout the day, if you want more information about colleges, scholarships, financial aid is a big one. Please, please, please use any of those means that Ms. Like described to reach out to us and let us know how we can help you, because that is really what we are here to do, to help you. Another thing that we love when students do is just to come down and celebrate a success with us. Oftentimes we do have students coming to us with more difficult topics they want to discuss, but if you also are wanting to just tell someone something amazing that happened to you, we are here for that too. So please do not be shy. Reach out, come see us, connect with us. That is what we are excited about and what we are here for. So one just real important thing that we want to touch on is how to find our emails and how to book an appointment to see your counselor online. Because we started to do online appointments last year when we were not in the building, and we thought it worked great and students really seemed to like it, so we're keeping it. So if you do not know yet how to do this, one way to do it, and I'm going to walk you through the webpage in a second, but one way to book an appointment with your counselor is to go to the Hazen homepage. Hopefully y'all have been there already at this point. And there's a counseling tab near the top of the page. there's a drop-down menu. There's tons of stuff on there that, of course, we encourage you to look at, but there's also a link that says counselor appointment request, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to find your counselor and make an appointment that works for you. We found that giving students the choice and the opportunity to, book their own appointment at a time that they want worked really well. And we're hoping that lots of students continue to use it this year. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of our counseling website. Again, it is accessed through the Hazen homepage. So this is the page it takes you to initially. There's a lot of announcements that'll be posted right here. And so it's just something that you might want to check periodically just to see what we're up to. But what I really want to point out right now is on the right-hand side here, all of our names are listed along with all of our phone numbers, all of our emails, and then a link to make an appointment with us. So this is another way to make an appointment, to get to the appointment request page. So this is where most students find that information. You can also find the information of others that support the counselors and you might need to contact at some point. So this is where you can find our contact information. There's also a counselor appointment request link over here. And it takes you to similar information and also some information about how parents can make an appointment. So if your parent is interested in meeting with your counselor as well, check out this page and it will give them directions on how to do that. So a couple things I want to point out on the left side of this page. We won't go into them fully right now, but I do know a lot of students may have questions about things like running START. So if you are someone who's interested in running START, maybe you're thinking way ahead and just want to see if it's something for you, I really encourage you to look at this page. We've created tons of information that'll help you make that decision, and also like what the program is and how it works. So we of course want to hear student questions about that too. But first, we really encourage you to look at the website and then reach out with questions that weren't answered by looking through those materials. Another thing that might be on many of your minds right now is schedules and schedule changes. There is a link on this side of the page that you will, today it's not there yet because we're recording this a few days ahead of time, but it will be there. And you're going to want to follow those directions exactly to request a schedule change. Don't email your counselor. Follow the directions on the website, and that will increase the likelihood that we get to your request and try to make it work. So please follow those directions. And now, Mr. Creeley is going to join us.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to Hazen and welcome back to Hazen. So excited to be here, and I'm so excited to be back and at work and back at Hazen and see all your faces and talk to you, or I guess see your eyeballs because of the mask. But we know, as Miss Lally said and Miss Lake said too, we know that this past year and a half has been anything but easy for all of us. Truly, it's been a juggling act, and I mean it's been crazy in a lot of different ways, politically and socially and personally. So we just want to be here for you and want to try and make this school year as best as possible. And so anyway, so data that we found shows that, and you probably all know this too and heard it and seen it on social media, that there's been increased symptoms of depression during this year and a half during the pandemic, increased anxiety and worry, feelings of sadness, and sleep patterns have been all over the place. So we just know that that is going on for you all, or it could be going on for you all. It's definitely going on for some of us. And so we just want to normalize that and let you know that it's okay. And let's just work through it together. And especially with the sleep patterns, I know you might be, hopefully you're still awake in class, because I know you're going to be getting up early. It's tough. I hear you, and I'm 42-year-old guy, and it's hard to get up early. So this is just a couple, or a list of coping skills that we thought would be helpful to have. And I'm going to read some, but it's not, this is not everything by all means. And so try these, don't try these, but just want to put some things out there. Always exercise is great, getting outside, moving your body, talking to someone, doing some art, journaling, scream, take a break, whatever it is you need to do it. And sometimes coping skills are weird because, 5 days in a row, I wrote in my journal or I exercised and it made me feel better. And then the sixth day, it's like, what? I still feel like crap. So I think that also it can be, just try different things, and it could work one day and not work the next day. So stick with it. And then, like Miss Lally said, just you can, if you're like struggling to know like how to deal with something or deal with emotions or whatever, come talk to us, and we can do some of these with you. Actually, we're not shy about that, and we can help you practice. And we've all done these ourselves, so it's really important to just try things and don't feel weird about it. So these are the signs, some of the signs that if you're having some of these, please reach out for help. And that doesn't have to be your counselor. I mean, we'd be more than happy to talk to you, but really a trusted adult or trusted friend, you know, seek some help. So if you're having increased anxiety, if your heart rate's going up, if you're feeling like you don't want to leave the house, or those kind of things, please reach out. I know that's a hard one because it's like it's the opposite of what you wanted, if you're feeling like. But and then if you're feeling a little bit more irritable than usual, like if you hear yourself snapping at your parents or your loved ones or whatever, like that might be a time to be like, okay, I need something. If you're having trouble sleeping and sleeping too much, and that's going to be a tough one this year, I think, for a lot of us. So just that could also be something you talk to your doctor about too, if it's like a really ongoing thing. If you have prolonged periods of sadness or hopelessness, or you're just kind of feeling like giving up, or like who cares, or what's the point, that's definitely a time to reach out. And if you're feeling like harming yourself, or if you have harmed yourself, that's definitely a time to reach out and talk to us. And if you lose interest in things that normally like get you excited and help you relax and kind of bring you joy in your life, then that's a sign also that like, hey, something's going on. Not just like, oh, I'm feeling crappy today. It's like this is something's a little bit more serious. And then definitely if you're having suicidal thoughts, for sure, reach out as soon as possible. And then if you're feeling like your feelings are kind of out of control, and your emotions are, and that's like kind of like maybe your skin's itchy, or you're just like like you just want to kind of like you feel like you want to explode, definitely that's the time to reach out and help. And that's a good time to get outside or exercise or move your body or something like that. So this is if you're feeling like, man, I'm feeling like scared for my own safety or someone else's safety. If you have those thoughts, or if you get a text or some kind of a message on your phone from a friend or whatever that's like, oh, this is serious, please, 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 reach out to a trusted adult as soon as you can. So if it's during the school day, for sure, reach out to your teacher or your counselor. And that, don't be afraid to interrupt anybody in these situations. Like, hey, pull your teacher aside or have a little private conversation, or hey, tell your teacher, like, I got to go see my counselor right away. Like, it's really important, give them the eyes, and then just let us know. So that's really, really important. And so part of this, we hear this sometimes, that, if you get a message from your friend and you're like, I don't know if I should tell someone and they're going to get mad at me. It's okay. Please reach out. It really shows that you love that friend and that you're a good friend, that you're really concerned and care and take what they say or what they write or whatever seriously. And most likely they'll thank you later. And the most important part is that your friend's safe, you're safe, and your friend is alive. And then you can also give your friend, or you could call the suicide prevention hotline. It's a great resource for students. And then we put this on the back of your ID card. So, your picture's on the front and then this is on the back. So these are great numbers to call, to use whenever you want to, 24/7. The first one is, I just talked about, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. And then the Trevor Project, that's a similar hotline, but this is for students that identify as LGBTQ. And then there's also a resource helpline. It's like a switchboard for all kinds of resources, for if you're having trouble paying rent, paying electric bills, those kind of things. Dial 211 and then they'll patch you into the right resource. And then if you're outside of the school day, you can also, sometimes we're here still in the building, but if it's like late at night or whatever, you can also call the RSD safety tip line. So that's a good resource as well. Moral of the story is, please reach out if you're feeling concerned. And now it's time for Miss Denman to talk.
Hello, good morning. So my name is Ms. Denman. I am new here, so I'm excited to connect with you all. So my caseload is students' last names F through L. So again, just super excited to be here in person with you guys. So stop by, say hi. So one question students kind of think through, before they connect with a counselor, right, is, will school counselors share my business? So I'm just going to talk about confidentiality quickly, because I just want to emphasize that when you talk with a counselor, that is going to be confidential, right? Your rights are protected with us. What you say will be kept private. The only time that we're going to have to breach that confidentiality is if you want to, if safety is involved, right? You're thinking about harming yourself, someone's harming you, or someone is doing harm to others, right? So that is the time that we're gonna, breach that confidentiality, because safety is important, right? We are, top of mind is your safety and the safety of all students here, right? So just wanted to touch on that. I'm going to be talking about some services that are available to you outside of Hazen, right? So in Renton, the district started Talkspace, right? So this is an online therapy platform. So if you want to connect with your counselor and you want additional support, Talkspace could be great for you. Or maybe if you don't want to talk with us, but you want to talk to somebody, this is a great resource for you. So we wanted to take some time to share what's available to you, right? So if you don't know about Talkspace, it's an app that you can download where you can text with the therapist and you can also connect with them, twice a month. It's free to students here at Hazen. So in the video that we're about to watch, it talks about money, right? But that's free. Everybody can access it. Everybody can get it. So we just wanted to share that new resource with you guys. Again, if you want to talk, this is a great resource. So I'm going to take a minute and show this quick clip that kind of outlines what Talkspace is, if this is new for you.
Some days you're feeling down and you just have to talk to someone. At Talkspace, we believe that therapy should be anonymous, stigma-free, simple, affordable, and comfortable, and that finding happiness is not a privilege of the few. Talkspace is online therapy. Work with one of the licensed therapists on our platform for less than $50 a week. And with our unlimited messaging therapy, you can write to your therapist whenever it's convenient for you. And because it's almost like your therapist is always with you, you can hear back from your therapist a couple of times a day without having to wait a week or more for your next appointment. So if something comes up, you can share it with your therapist right then and there, whenever that is and wherever you are. From here, and, well, you get it. So the next time you need to talk to someone, text us. Talkspace. Therapy for how we live today.
Awesome. So In this slide also is the web link if you wanted to register to start accessing this resource. Also, this link to get signed up is also in the email that we sent out, kind of walking through that's shared with this presentation. And then you can also have this resource. Oops,
Some days
not play
you're
this again.
feeling
Sorry, online presentations are tough, right? But yeah, so that this website is in that email that we're sending out. So if you're interested, please register. All right, another service here at Hazen. So local agency counselors, you can connect with them too, right? So again, resources outside of us as the counseling team that you have access to. So within the community, there's some counseling services that you can tap into, right? So some agencies that we partner with are listed here. Counselors from those agencies can come to Hazen, right, and do on-site sessions with you. You also can connect with them virtually through Zoom. So those are options for students as well. Again, this could be in addition to connecting with your counselor. This can be that additional support that maybe you want and need. So we just wanted to share that out with you. The caveat with this is that for students to participate in these services, students will have to have state Medicaid coverage. So some providers are listed at the top. If you have questions about if this resource can be available to you, connect with your counselor. We're happy to give you more information on this, but just wanted to share this out. All right, so if you want to learn more about therapy services, please complete this form. This form is optional, so if you don't want to complete it, you don't have to. But again, just complete this if you want to connect with your counselor to learn more about those resources that I touched on. So you'll submit this, and then your counselor will connect with you in the coming days after. So those are some resources that are available, and I'm going to have Ms. Lally come back and chat with y'all.
Hello again. So we've all been pretty isolated the past year and a half, and haven't really had the opportunity to connect in the ways that we would like to, and also just to spend time with people and have conversations with people. It's going to feel weird at first to be around so many people in one spot. And Hazen's a big place. But the good news is that the Hazen community is very welcoming, and there's tons and tons of opportunities to connect to other people in smaller groups than just our big student body. One way that many students do that is to look at the clubs that are offered here. So Hazen has a bunch of clubs. I think I counted over 20, but it seems like there are more popping up every day. And they cover just a wide variety of interests and topics. And the good news is that everyone is welcome to join any club. So even if you're just interested, but you don't have maybe a lot of experience in that area, you're totally welcome to join. Clubs are always looking for new members. I know we have clubs like Robotics Club, Computers, Anime, BSU, Latinx Club, just to name a few. When I showed you the website, you may have noticed at the top there's a drop-down menu for students. I believe all of our club information is there. Otherwise, just ask somebody. Ask the teacher, ask the counselors, ask someone you see that looks like they know what they're talking about, how to join a club, because we think it's a great opportunity for students to connect. If you are interested in athletics, that is obviously another great way to meet people, build a community, build relationships. Again, at the top of that web page I showed you, there's an athletics tab. On that tab, it has every sport that is offered at Hazen, and also the season it's offered, and kind of the process of how to join athletics overall. Definitely check it out if it's something you're thinking about doing now or even in the future. It's great to just have that knowledge. So, lunch. I love lunch because I love to eat, but lunch can be a bit overwhelming for students. We all have one lunch. So if if you're looking for opportunities there to connect and maybe not feel like it's such a daunting part of the day, you're really going to want to look for announcements this year about lunch groups and other lunchtime activities, because I know in the past we've been able to offer those, and we're super excited about getting some of those started up again. So definitely keep your eye out for any announcements about that, because students tend to really enjoy spending lunch connecting with others in some of those smaller settings. So us adults have been isolated too. We're really looking forward to talking to you and connecting with you as well. So chat with us. Say hi to your teachers. Say hi to your counselors. We really, really want to get to know you. So don't be shy. Strike up that conversation. We are definitely looking to reconnect as well. A resource that we just really wanted to make sure every student was aware of is that if you need food, if you're hungry, come to the Highlander Pantry. It's a quick place to just grab a snack if you forgot breakfast, or you just are really hungry that day for whatever reason. You can just pop into the Career Center, or if it's during class, you can just let your teacher know, or come talk to a counselor. But otherwise, you're welcome to pop into the Highlander Pantry before or after school, during lunch, or just during passing time. There's some good stuff in there. So definitely check it out if you need a quick snack. Yes, Hazen students, your counselors know how to use TikTok, and expect more content from that throughout the year. But in all seriousness, we are so excited to see you again and meet you if we haven't yet, and also reconnect with those familiar faces. So please come see us in the Counseling Center or reach out in any of the ways that we outlined in this presentation. But we're going to watch the TikTok one more time. And now Miss Like is back.
We just have one final thing. So this is only if there's still time in class to do this. We have a class competition. And to start it off, we want to frame maybe a little bit of our day. So I'm going to read this to you, and then I'll explain how the competition is going to work. All right. So it says, sometimes I just want it to stop. Talk of COVID, looting, brutality, I lose my way. I become convinced that this is the new normal. Sorry, I read that wrong. That this new normal is real life. Then I meet an 87-year-old who talks of living through polio, diphtheria, the Vietnam protests, and yet is still enchanted with life. He seemed surprised when I said that 2020, or even 2021 now, right, must be especially challenging for him. No, he said slowly, looking me straight in the eyes. I learned a long time ago to not see the world through the printed headlines. I see the world through the people that surrounded me. I see the world with the realization that we love big. Therefore, I just choose to write my own headlines. Husband loves wife today. Family drops everything to come to Grandma's bedside. He patted me on my hand. Old man makes new friend. His words collide with my worries, freeing them from the tether that I've been holding tight. They float away. I am left with a renewed spirit and a new way to write my own headlines. Okay, I'm trying to get the next little bit to pop up without losing the recording. Here we go. Hopefully that didn't stop things. Okay, so here is the challenge for your class. So in a moment, your teacher will give you some time to reflect personally, and maybe write your own headline for the day, or write a headline about what it was to be for your first day of school. Write a headline about somebody you just met, or anything else you want to write your headline about. And then this part is optional. If you choose to share your headline with the class, you can, because we're going to ask each class to choose one headline that they want to submit through the class competition. You're going to use the Google form that we're sharing with your teacher. Your class is going to submit one headline, and then they will be reviewed. And the winner, the class winner, the whole class is going to get Chuck's Donuts from the counseling team. Woohoo! So we hope you enjoy a little bit of class competition and look forward to Chuck's Donuts. And also, hey, that's it for the counselors today. We really hope that your takeaway is that we care about you. We want you to have your best experience at Hazen High School. Here we go. See you soon.
Bye.